Hey everyone, if you're a solo founder, you've probably asked yourself this question 1,000 times. Should I build a perfect product first, or start marketing it right away? This is a dilemma that keeps every new entrepreneur up at night. On one hand, your heart tells you not to show your product to anyone until it's the absolute best in the world. You think the features need to be amazing, the design has to be attractive, and there shouldn't be any flaws. This thought can trap you in a dark room where you spend months just coding or improving your product, hoping that one day it will be perfect and the world will embrace it. On the other hand, your mind tells you that if people don't know about your product, how will they buy it? No matter how revolutionary your product is, if it can't reach people, it's worthless. This thought pushes you to post on social media, write blogs, and tell everyone about your idea. You want a large audience to be ready before launch, eagerly waiting for your product. But then you worry, what if you promise an unfinished product that you can't complete on time? This build versus market battle isn't just any fight. It's about the future of your startup. I also started this journey with the same confusion. I would spend hours thinking about where I should put my time and limited energy. Should I work on adding another feature? Or should I go on LinkedIn and write something about my idea? It feels like a maze where every path seems both right and wrong. As a solo founder, you don't have a team to ask for advice. Every decision is yours and you're responsible for every mistake. So understanding this dilemma and finding the right solution is very important. This isn't just a theoretical question. It's a practical challenge that can determine the success or failure of your startup. If you just keep building, you might create a product that nobody wants. And if you just keep marketing, you won't have anything solid to sell. So how does a solo founder deal with this problem? The answer lies in a balanced approach, which I learned from my mistakes and experiences, and today I'm going to share that with you. When I started my startup, all I had was a laptop, an idea, and a lot of passion. I was also a victim of that build-first mindset. I thought I was making the best product in the world, and as soon as I launched it, people would line up to buy it. I locked myself in a room for about 6 months. Day and night, I just kept coding, adding new features, and making the design better. During this time, I didn't talk to anyone about my idea because I was afraid someone would steal my idea or make fun of my unfinished work. Finally, when I felt my product was almost ready, I launched it. And guess what happened? Nothing. In the first week, barely 10 or 12 people signed up, and most of them were my friends or family. This was a huge shock for me. I couldn't understand where I went wrong. My product was good, so why weren't people using it? That day, I realized for the first time that building a great product isn't enough. If people don't even know your product exists, or they don't understand how it will solve their problem, they will never become your customers. After that failure, I changed my strategy. I reduced my work on product development a bit and started spending 50% of my time on marketing. I started going to online communities where my potential customers were. I started talking to people on Reddit, Facebook groups, and Twitter. I would ask them what problems they were facing, and then I would subtly tell them how my product could help them. I started writing short blog posts that were about my users' problems, not about my product's features. This approach slowly started to work. People began showing interest in my product. In this process, I learned another big lesson. The feedback from my early users was more valuable than gold. They told me which features were truly essential for them and which ones were useless. Based on their feedback, I started improving my product. Now I wasn't just shooting in the dark, I was building what people truly needed. Through this build, measure, learn cycle, my product kept getting better and my user growth also increased. With this balanced approach, I slowly reached 10,000 users and over $50,000 in revenue. For any solo founder, it's important to understand that both product development and marketing have their own pros and cons. When you focus only on building the product, the biggest advantage is that you create a strong foundation. A good, reliable, and useful product is the heart of your business. If your product is bad, no marketing strategy in the world can save it. An excellent product makes users happy, turning them into loyal customers who also tell others about you. We call this word-of-mouth marketing, which is the most powerful and cheapest kind. But there's a big downside to only building the product. You can get stuck in an echo chamber where you think what you're building is amazing, but the market actually doesn't need it. You could work for months or years to build a lock that no one wants to buy a key for. This not only wastes your time and money, but it also breaks your motivation. Without outside feedback, you'll never know if you're heading in the right direction. This is a huge risk that most new founders ignore. On the other hand, when you focus on marketing from the start, the biggest advantage is that you learn quickly. You can validate your idea in a very short time. You can create a simple landing page to see how many people are interested in your idea and willing to give their email. This gives you real data, which is much more reliable than your gut feeling. Early marketing helps you reach your first 100 users, whose feedback is priceless for guiding your product in the right direction. It also gives you a chance to build a community. But focusing only on marketing also has its dangers. If you make big promises and your product doesn't deliver, you'll lose your credibility. People will see you as someone who just talks, but doesn't actually do anything. This is called vaporware, which is a product that's heavily promoted, but never actually gets built. This can damage your brand image so much that even when you do bring out a good product, no one will trust you. Therefore, finding the right balance between marketing and product is the real key to success. So friends, the question now is, how does a solo founder create this balance? Based on my experience, here are some practical steps you can take right away. First, embrace the concept of a minimum viable product, or MVP. This means you build only the most essential version of your product that solves your users' biggest problem. It doesn't need fancy features or a perfect design. It just needs to work. It shouldn't take you more than a few weeks to build, definitely not months. Your goal is to build something as quickly as possible that you can show to real users. Once your MVP is ready, split your time using the 50-50 rule. Spend 50% of your time making the product better and the other 50% talking to people who might use it. Marketing doesn't mean running big ads. In the early days, marketing means having conversations. Go to online forums, Facebook groups, or Reddit communities where your target audience hangs out. Listen to their problems and try to help them. When the time is right, politely tell them about your MVP and ask for their feedback. This process is manual and slow, but it's the most effective. There are some great tools that can help you on this journey. You can use tools like Card or Webflow to build a simple landing page. For managing conversations with your users, a simple CRM like the free version of HubSpot is enough. Tools like Buffer or Canva can make your life easier for creating and scheduling content. The purpose of these tools isn't to automate your work, but to organize it, so you can spend your valuable time where it matters most. Remember, your goal is to build a relationship, not just sell a product. Finally, my biggest advice is this: don't wait for perfection. Take action, even if it's a small one. Remember, as a solo founder, your greatest strength is your speed and ability to learn. Big companies have meetings for months. You can make a decision and move forward in a day. So don't get stuck wondering what to do first. Do both things at the same time. Build a little, market a little, learn, and then repeat this cycle. This is the path that will take you from zero to your first 10,000 users. You are alone, but you are capable. Just start.